We're not gonna edit this part out. Yeah. We're gonna keep it for the real. You are now with
Elijah Rod,
Matthew,
Agent Grant, Barry,
and I'm LB3, and we are Phony people,
baby.
And you're rocking with Afrotrak. You heard it here first. 3.
Waking out my sleep. It's like someone is there, 'cause this reflection can't.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask, like, you all travel a lot together, and there's always a lot going on in the world. So, like, how do you all check in with each other? Like, if you're having a bad day, like, do you let the group know, or like, how do you all process things that are going on in the real world, and how does that impact your performance in real time?
Beautiful question, by the way. Beautiful question. It depends. I feel like I don't think there's a bad day unless you died. That's a bad day. Maybe that's a bad day. I don't know. But if I'm alive and I can hear my own thoughts, it's a great day. Maybe some unfortunate things occurred in that day, or some goals were like missed. But I feel like there's a fine line between seeking a solution or transferring your problems and the energy that comes with onto someone else. And I don't want to do that. So I feel like if Barry or Elijah or Matthew or Aja is pretty inclined in this certain subject or this topic, or they've had experiences with it, then I don't feel like it's dumping my heaviness onto a person. But I feel like it's like you have the training and the experience to help make a positive suggestion. Yeah. So your suggestion plus my suggestion for me could equal a solution. That's when I come to the guys like, yo, Matt, I've been thinking about this and I don't know, or like, what I'm saying? I think in those cases,
I was gonna say, like, I feel like it's a timing thing. Like, if we don't have the opportunity to be around each other for a few days, then the next time I'll see everyone, it probably won't get brought up. But like, if I'm having a particularly stressful day, or if it was behind me, like the day before or something like that, I'll probably walk in like, damn, like yesterday was stressful. But similar thing to LB, I don't want for everyone to feel stressed about it. It's more so like, I know that if I voice some frustrations of my own personal situation, I know someone will have something to say to kind of balance that and make me think of it a different way, or make me realize it's not that big a deal. Sometimes I ask them questions like, hey, should I do this? And they will literally all say no. And then I'll do it anyway. And then I have nothing to say.
we all, have our little, things here and there. But one thing about this band is that we always make sure to have the conversation, and, either one-on-one or be 3 of us, all 5 of us in the room. If anybody is feeling a little down, or, a joke here and there, be like, yeah, you good. There's a lot of that camaraderie, and that helps with the music. It helps with traveling.
If you're having a bad day outside of the band, usually coming together and playing music is the most healing thing, because you might come to rehearsal all pouty, like, bruh, and then next thing you know, you're just like, all right, well, I'm here, I'm at work, but it doesn't feel like work. Just like the energy is healing. The energy of music is just really healing, the energy of being around your people.
Shout out to our parents.
Snowflakes standing on my window pane, melting into water yet again.
The moment that I felt like this was just this is our thing, was probably anytime we do a show, anytime we link, anytime we have rehearsal, rehearsal is just like, okay, we're just preparing. But the show, and then you see people coming out, and it's just kind of like a reward to see, like, man, like, even though we're in the trenches, we're doing this, and like nobody's clapping for you at rehearsal, but then you go to the show and like you see people dressing up. I'm like, man, somebody dressing up to come see me, like it feels good, and it's like, man, like, all right, let's do this again, and then like we just keep getting booked for shows thanks to you, and it's like, man, like, this is great, and it's like when you first travel, it's like, I don't want to go, but then you get there, you get to the venue, it's like, wow, this is great. Just like all the team members that come together, like people just coming out, and, then you kind of like leave the day like, that was it, that's it. Well, when's the next show? Like, let's get it. Let's go.
I just remembered when we made sort of the promise of just like, is this what we want to do? Like, let's do this. Let's pretty. I didn't really. Come on! I didn't press you guys. Like, stay in the bed. Stay in the bed.
No, like, not in a bad way. Barry just very clearly one day was like, listen, like, if we doing this for real, we're doing this. Otherwise, like, I'm not doing this. And we all were like, all right, we're doing this. Yeah, exactly.
We always had support and reassurance from our families and from each other.
Especially Matthew's parents.
Oh, Sam?
Yeah, especially Matt's parents. They were with us all the time in them same trenches.
Oh yeah, listen to us hit wrong notes. And so we always had that support and reassurance, and you know that system of like minds. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, yo, what sound is right? You know what I mean? And like from kids before we met, we always had that. And like environments, whether it was a school institution or just like a fly ass uncle who would just show you how to do some cool shit with sounds, or a parent, your father say, hey, come sit down, let me show you this. But specifically, I feel like there's nothing personally besides life itself that I agreed to that I don't have to reevaluate every single day. And going from the child age, going up, I remember, like, for me personally, when everybody was resonating with their list of what colleges they wanted to go to, that's when I knew, like, all right, because I don't feel none of the shit they feel about college. And not to say music can't be in college, but the class that we're the teachers and the students. This is my teacher, I'm his teacher, this is my teacher, I'm his teacher, this is my teacher, I'm his teacher, and vice versa to everyone. We're all the teachers and the students. But it is a class, and like, seeing everyone our age be so enthused about college and me not feeling like that, that's when I knew, like, this is not just fun, but like the next chapters in life will heavily revolve around this unity in music, Yesterday's tomorrow. My dreams were never true, but somehow I'll keep on loving you.
I was in the auditorium in middle school, and a teacher by the name of Adam Bernstein, who randomly also taught LB at a whole different school, before we met, asked if anyone wanted to join jazz band. And I knew that all the jazz band kids used to get out of class early because they used to go practice. And I was like, I want to get out of class early. And so immediately after that auditorium, I went and asked him if I could join, and if I could play trumpet. That's what he was offering. And he was like, there are no more trumpets, so you have to play trombone. So I picked up trombone, and I was in jazz band. And to be honest, ever since I was a kid, it was probably the subject of education that I resisted the least with. Like, I was fully engaged with it. I practiced all the time. I just had fun. I wouldn't go outside. I would stay home and practice. And it was just fun to me. It was fun. My mom really liked it. She liked when I practiced. So all of those areas of reassurance just like kept reinforcing me, like, this is where I should go. And my friends were involved. I was in School of Rock with friends of mine and all that kind of stuff. So it felt like a different form of school. It felt like its own private fraternity that just learning music early at a young age.
I've been playing music since I was like 3 or 4 years old. My dad is DJ Jazzy J. My mother was a pianist and flautist. My sister is a double reed major at Eastman. My middle sister Kenya, she was a dancer, and she took Fawn to the cello when we was young. All of that. So I've been playing forever percussion. Like I knew off of rip. I knew off rip that I was gonna be playing drums and that I was gonna be doing something in music.
That's why I love the moon. Every night it's there for you.
We're giving ourselves the same feeling that we're getting from other music, and but we could potentially give that feeling to other people, and that was a powerful thing.
Kids these days, Vic Mensa, my son Greg, Nico, they were like, yo, I like what y'all doing. Come out to Chicago and play. We did like this whole thing at Schubert's Tavern. That was our first time leaving as a band, as Phony people, leaving New York, going to another state and playing. Since then, Chicago, mad love. Shouts out to Chano, shouts out to Vic, shouts out to everybody. That my son Duke and Kimmy live out here. A lot of love.
And that's why I love is frightened.